Hello everyone. I am so excited to be here sharing with you today. I'm actually at my home in Cincinnati and I'm sitting outside enjoying the weather, taking a moment to pause. And I wanted to share with you a pause moment. So I'm actually going to be doing pause moments every day for the next 10 days. And what a pause moment is it's based on the book that I wrote called Pause, 52 Questions to Create More Time and Money. And it's about taking a 10-minute pause at least once a week where you stop, relax, take a deep breath, and either take a moment to write, take a moment to reflect, take a moment to allow your brain to slow down, calm down, and allow ideas to start to generate. So what I wanted to do with you is give you the opportunity to pause with me right now and take a moment to turn the brain off and relax for a bit. So if you are interested in pausing with me, take a moment, take a deep breath, put down whatever you're doing, and let's take a moment to pause together. Now, the subject of this particular pause moment is resistance. It's how are you facing resistance and how is it showing up in your life? And I'm actually going to take a moment to read about resistance from my book, from Pause, and then we're going to answer some questions together. All right, here we go. Resistance. It's that feeling that comes up when you don't want to do something. For me, it starts at the pit of my stomach. I felt it one week in November when I left my dad's house in Cincinnati to go to a business event with my mentor. I wanted to stay home. I wanted to be with my dad and enjoy his homemade Indian chai with the perfect amount of ginger and the soft sheets of my quiet suburban bedroom for a few more nights. This, my friends, is resistance. As I left for the airport, the 5-year-old girl in me began to say, I don't want to do this. It's not fair. You work too much. I want to play. Sometimes she yells, sometimes she whispers. It all depends on the task at hand. This time she yelled and she stomped. Resistance, again. When I got to the airport, I realized I had purchased the flight for the wrong date. November 21st instead of today, October 5th. I was purchasing Thanksgiving flights at the same time and I made a mistake. Again, the little voice said, you can go home now. See, it's a sign. More resistance. Thankfully, the agent was able to type into the old system and switch my flight, but I had to pay an extra $200. Now the fatigue was really starting to set in. Wow, lots of resistance. And this time the resistance was smart, saying things like, you could go home and get more work done. You could get more sales just by getting on the phone. And you could spend the evening with your dad. My resistance was like a superstar lawyer in front of a jury. I physically swayed back and forth as the conversation roared in my head. I must have looked half crazy. But there was something else at play. Commitment. Commitment to my mentor and the faith that being there with her would produce amazing growth for me, even if I couldn't see it now. Commitment to leaving my home and sharing space with other smart entrepreneurs. Trusting that my original decision to travel to work on my business was the right decision, and the deep knowing that isolation is the enemy of wealth. I also knew that I would be spending a week with my dad at Thanksgiving and 2 at Christmas. So this resistance wasn't logical. It was just trying to keep me safe and comfortable. You see, after years of battling resistance, I have enough insight to recognize it, to understand when the resistance needs to be addressed and plans changed, and when it is just another form of self-sabotage. I write this because I see way too many folks out there giving into their resistance. And maybe you guys who are watching totally get this. Moments where you've given into your resistance and letting your resistance in. And the other side of giving into your resistance is not hitting your goals. The outcome of not hitting your goals is watching your faith and your self-confidence crumble. Because you see, commitment and resistance are actually two sides of the same coin. Once you have one, the other one will inevitably come up. The first key is to recognize your form of resistance as it comes up. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Do you feel it in your body, or is it in the voices in your head? The second key is to determine how to act in the face of resistance. Is it worth changing plans or bowing out for the day? Or is it time to face the resistance and just do it anyway? Most of the time, you should do it anyway. The third key is to take an action to get started on whatever you are resisting. Normally, in that process of getting started, the task at hand isn't so hard, and you'll realize that it was worth it. That's what happened to me, by the way. The business workshop was fantastic. I was reminded of exactly what I needed to learn. One of my spiritual teachers says that the more we recognize resistance, the more spiritually aware we are. And I love that. It allows us to take a breath in the moment and make decisions based on what we actually want, not from a place of fear. To be able to make decisions from a place that we actually want to, and not from a place of fear. So here's to wrestling with our resistance and winning. So in this pause moment, as I have you thinking about what your resistance is, what do you have resistance to at this very minute? Take a moment, and if you've got a pen and paper nearby, grab it. It's the best thing to put pen to paper. And I want you to answer two questions. The first is, what do you really want in your business? What do you really want? Do you want more time? Do you want more money? Do you want people to work with you more? Do you want more clients? Do you want more people in your programs? Do you want to be on bigger stages? What do you really want in your business? Go ahead and just take 20 seconds and write it down. And I'd love for you guys to comment below and tell me, what do you really want in your business, so we can start a discussion together here and share and inspire one another. I know for me, my biggest desire at this moment is I'm really into my mission right now. I really want to change the way people are talking and thinking about money. And I want people to be able to make choices from their hearts instead of just their bank accounts. It's one of the reasons I'm so committed right now to having people pause and listen to their intuitions and listen to what the best decision is for them, instead of always reacting to the external world. Because the external world, I'll tell you, there's so much going on right now. It would be so easy to stop everything that we are up to right now and just throw our hands up and say, what the hell is going on? But there's so much more that we could be doing, that in serving our purposes and our missions on the planet, that we're actually changing it one step at a time, one person at a time. And that is our role to play. So what do you really want in your business? And now let's move on to the second question. And this is the key question. What are you resisting? When you look at what you want in your business, there's a place where if you're not getting it, or if you're not in the pursuit of getting it, or it doesn't even feel like you're close to getting it, the answer is that you're resisting something. And it's not happy, it's not fun, it's not enjoyable to really get that there's a resistance there. But it's the fastest path to change and to growth and to really understanding what's next. So just take 20 seconds, and I want you to write down, what are you resisting? And I'd love for you to put it in the comments below, share it with me, share it with everyone, because the more public you make it, the more likely it is that you're going to figure out how to deal with it and how to get beyond it. And guys, this is so the key to moving forward, because it's often the thing that we're resisting the most that is going to move your business forward the fastest. One of my favorite sayings is the cash is behind your fear. The cash, the money, the growth is often behind that thing that you are avoiding, that thing that is the most scary for you. So what are you resisting? And with that, I want to take a moment and wish you a really amazing day. If you want to pause with me more and you really enjoy these exercises and you enjoy the idea of listening to your intuitive voices, of being able to go deeper within, I'd love to invite you to join me in my Pause program. The link for the Pause program is in the title of this video, and I'm also going to put it in the comments below. It's revenuebreakthrough.com/pause program. We're going to spend 4 weeks together really digging deeply into pausing. We're also going to be exploring my new book, Pause, 52 Questions, and what I just read to you is from my new book. And here's what I want for you. I want you to know that you're incredibly brilliant and extraordinarily smart. I know that because every human being has the potential to step into their mission, and every entrepreneur. And I also happen to know those of you that are watching. Hello to Anne, and to Rebecca, and to Barbara, and Ronald. Thank you so much for joining. And here's what I want you to know. Even just getting in the habit of facing your resistance, even if it's for something really small, it's going to start to strengthen your muscle for you to start facing your resistance on a bigger and bigger and bigger level. So my wish for you today is to face your resistance. My wish for all of us is that we do it together. I know that I'm going to be working on it too, right here, right alongside of you. Thank you, everybody.